And so, all the while, our fellowship struggled through the epic tornado of the century to get to the top of the world. And finally, they had made it. They trekked through the snowy grounds to get to Crystal's home, where the last rose awaits. Along the way, Daring began to help Rosabella, and Fabel is still looking smiling as ever. Now I really love Fabel. But what they do or didn't know was that Jackie and Northwind had waited for their arrival, and they have a few tricks up their sleeve. Our heroes made it inside, and they had to deal with Northwind, who got transformed into a giant thanks to Jackie, while the others went to the throne room where they have a final battle with Jackie. And then a set of epic proportions had happened, like Daring and Rosabella tricked Northwind into turning into a mouse. Crystal makes a beautiful speech because of her travels. Jackie turns into a giant. And a hockey battle between Crystal and Jackie had just finished, for Crystal Winter had finally won and achieved the final rose. And so, that was how Jackie and Northwind's plans had been foiled by Crystal Winter and her friends. And the bouquet of the royal roses of the season had been formed. The Fellowship had finally had their superpower bouquet. Almost. Fabel took the bouquet and retreated back to Ever After High, where she met the mob fairies in her own locker. The worst part is that she didn't read the fine print, and now she owes 200 years of service, unless she gives them the roses. Okay, now Fabel looks so cute and beautiful when she's crying. Now I really love her, but please Fabel, make us something else for once. This affects Ever After all of us. It felt like Fabel didn't have a choice. But do you know who else does? Daring. That's right, Daring Charming. He chose to take Fabel's place. He'll take on her debt to the mob fairies. She'll be free if Fabel gives the bouquet back to Crystal. As he did, it turns out if someone offers and dubbed their own free will to take on work, the contract was now void. And Fabel didn't thought about it before they left. It's fine. And so, Daring Charming learned at last, with a little help from Rosabelle, the powerful magic that comes of thinking of others before himself. Now I really know that there's gonna be some Daring and Rosabella shippers out there. And the quest to save the Snow King and Queen ended when the roses combined into a healing bouquet, destroying at last the particle of the evil Queen's mirror that poisoned it with kindness blindness. Crystal tried to return the Staff of Winter, but her parents decided it was time for a long, renewed tropical vacation, and finally led Crystal to rule, and she was still given the magnificent title of Princess of Winter. Everyone, including Daring and Rosabella, lived happily ever after, along with Crystal in Ever After High, as they all had a day of celebration, a day of fun, an epic winter. But what happened to the evil Jackie Frost and the not-so-bright Northwind? Well, I am happy to say they got the unhappily ever after ending they so richly deserve. So that was Ever After High Epic Winter. How does it measure up? Surprisingly pretty well. The story was pretty good, the animation was well deserved, and by God, the epic proportions were amazing. So of course Epic Winter has its good thoughts, and overall it was a lot of fun, so I enjoyed it big time. And to answer your question, is this really the ending for Ever After High on Netflix? Actually, I don't give a smurf about it, how it ended. And frankly, neither should you. I just like to enjoy Epic Winter. Seriously. I'm the awesome nostalgic Pharoah King. Check out cool stuff anyway.